Hi, I'm AJ,
And I'm Jeremy.
and these are extraordinary times. And
I eat salads.
welcome back. And yeah, sorry, no, that's not Jeremy. He hasn't lost that much, sadly. It's Keith, by the way. Awesome guy. Anyway, all right, starting off the week, a little throwback as we always do, to a little story from yesterday about the fireball over Texas. Well, NASA has come out and said that it's actually just a contrail, and don't worry about it, it's not even a meteor. You know, it's not one of the springtime meteors they were talking about. And yeah, just a homemade jet contrail.
I think they're covering up for E.T. landing. Yet
Yeah.
again, which I honestly don't mind, to tell you the truth, as long as they've got it kind of regulated. But eventually they're going to have to tell us.
Yes. Yes, they will. Anyway, so yeah, and my whole thing is on it. You'd think people would, know what a contrail looks like. I've seen contrails. I know what they look like. It's not like it's easy to mix up with a giant fireball running through the sky. Anyway, so on to the next story. Another little throwback to Monday, back, when I was fighting ninjas. Over to the Peruvian miners. Those miners have now been rescued. If you don't know what I'm talking about, check out the show. A couple of shows back.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, they are all doing fine. They're getting medical stuff checked out. Everything's good.
It's a throwback to those Chilean miners a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
Not that long ago, actually. But it does bring up a question. Will there be a movie of these people now?
Will they go to Disneyland?
I want to go to Disneyland.
I've never been.
You sad, strange little man.
Anyway, so on to something, I guess, about the same amount of injury and saying, I don't know, terrible segue. Either way, Indonesia, part of the Ring of Fire over in Pacific Ocean area, has been hit by another massive earthquake, 8.6. As far as they can tell, no tsunamis yet, no deaths, but certainly scared the heck out of people.
I can expect so. Quite honestly, those people need to be left alone.
Yeah.
The Etch-a-Sketch of the Earth needs to go someplace else. Like Los Angeles.
Right. Like L.A.
I would love to see L.A. be hit by like a 10.7 earthquake. And then all those people with their lattes and, walking their, nicely shaved poodles and get jostled up and down. And I have a weird mind.
It's not that I have things against, people from L.A. It's just I have things against people in L.A. Anyway.
They're due.
Speaking of L.A., little faux pas by them, UCLA. Okay, so UCLA has this University of California, Los Angeles, if you don't know what that is. Anyway, has a wait list to see who can get in. It is a rather higher-end school, and so, some people just get put on the wait list. And they sent out an email to every single one of them recently on accident saying, "You've been accepted."
3, 2, 1. Epic baseball.
None of them had actually been accepted yet. And if you've ever applied for college, you know how much of a letdown that would be.
I know it was a great day in my life when I was accepted to my college. Quite honestly, it was actually sent by mail, not by email, so I kind of knew about it the old-fashioned way. But still, it's one of those things that kind of, you mark the occasion, you remember it. Yeah. It was a very emotional time for me and my family, so you can imagine the
emotional damage
that some of these people and students are now. Honestly, I just think that they should admit them at this particular point.
Yeah, just say, "Oops, okay, sure."
I mean, they've already got quite the caliber of students. It always is a range, no matter where you go, depending on a person's social status, income, whether or not they've been accepted on a particular scholarship or not. You're going to get a variety of students. I know when I was in an art college, we got what we called the stoners. These were the people who basically dropped out after they found out, wait a minute, art is hard to do? I'm out of here.
Believe me, I know, I can't even draw. Anyway, on to another part of LA where, well, maybe Mother Nature is attacking at least a little bit. So a bear somehow got into suburban area of LA and just kind of walk around. The television newscopter was tracking it, as the animal control's on their way. And a guy at the same time was texting his boss saying he was about to be late for work. Just about ran into the bear.
And he just booked it the other way. Quite honestly, it was interesting to see. There are two things though I find to be a little bit awkward about this situation. First thing, you could obviously tell that they had been following this bear for a little while. Yeah. Where was animal control?
They're just kind of pandering along.
Now, I can imagine the conversation in the helicopter was like, oh, hold on, wait a minute, Jimmy. I need to get that shot of the bear with the Mercedes.
Hold back on animal control. Hold back.
Wait a minute. The second thing is, you see the guy, he's texting, and then he looks up, he sees a bear, and his first instinct is to run away. That's not the most thing you should do. You run away, bear chases you.
Natural predator instincts.
Absolutely.
Unless it's downhill, don't run. Hide.
And even then, you should just walk calmly away, be respectful. Most of the time, the bear doesn't really care. But if you try and flee like that, he'll see you as a prey.
Hey, look, a deer. Anyway, on to the next one. Just going to cover it real fast. So, a little boy in Bridgeport, Connecticut, decided to bring something for show and tell. That thing being 50 packets of his stepfather's heroin. Good job.
I think it's a grand job on the idea of the boy. The fact that his stepfather actually was arrested because of this. I can imagine the little boy was like, okay, I'm really, really peeved off that I'm not getting the attention that I need, and I know he's got something stashed in here, so I'm going to make sure that I make his life miserable so I can go live with auntie and uncle.
Look what I have. Yeah, the kid's currently in protective services waiting for family to get a hold of them and take care of them. The father is currently in jail with a $100,000 bond, or bail, sorry, on risk of injury to a minor and drug charges. Yeah, if the kid really did plan this out, good job. Very well done. All right, so Charles Manson, if you don't know anything about him, he's a terrible person.
Yes, please look up about the Manson murders back in 1969. It's quite a very gruesome tale, and it's certainly something that's become part of the American culture. And so you can imagine the ecstatic, expression that I had when I realized that he was yet again denied parole, and he won't have another parole hearing until 2027. Now, he'll be dead by then. He's in his 80s right now.
He's an old man.
He's actually, the actual article says that between when he was arrested in 1971 and now, he's had 108 definitely serious disciplinary violations, which has meant that, and he's been reviewed by many psychologists as well, he's not getting better.
Anytime soon.
No, this is one of those things where we're glad that the legal system has kept them locked away for as long as possible, because you don't want this guy sitting on the streets. He has no remorse for what he's done, even after all of these years. So I highly doubt even when 2027 comes around, if he's still alive, he'll be at all remorseful still. I highly doubt he's going to change anytime soon. Anyway. Go police. All right. So last story of the day. Man, traveling went to Nashville, Tennessee, and, looked like kind of a tourist, I guess, and then proceeded to commit 10 felonies in 9 hours. It's not an Olympic event, okay? Okay, this man, William Todd, 24 years old,
went into Nashville, broke into a store, stole a shotgun and a pistol and a t-shirt. Okay. Then burned that place down. Then went to a bar and robbed a couple people. And then, if I remember correctly, I'm getting the order a little mixed up, but anyway, he pistol whipped one of those people. He broke into a Walmart. No, he didn't break into. He used the stolen credit cards to buy food from Walmart. Broke into a business building and spread feces over the counters and legal posters.
Framed
Anyway,
law degrees is what it says.
Framed law degrees, right. So eventually cops caught him in a water purification tank.
Was he trying to set a Guinness Book of World Records? And did he have an official with him? You know, you have to have an official with you when you try to break that record so that they can actually give you the certificate. I know this from personal experience, but quite honestly, I don't think so. Although I do have to admit, it is very poetic about the feces being actually on the legal framed law degrees.
This is about. I don't think any lawyers are going to help him now.
No, I don't think that's the case. But it has a certain poetry to it, which I find fascinating. Maybe this guy was mentally insane, but he might be one of those mentally insane people we might want to keep around.
Right.
Just to be like, oh, the crazy demons in my head. They send radio signals to Cambodia and give me anti-Semitic lesbian soup recipes.
Anyway, thank you.
You want to keep those guys around.
Yes. Anyway, thank you all for watching the show. Like if you liked it, favorite if you really liked it, watch previous shows, and subscribe if you really want to see more of our stuff. This is extraordinary times. We couldn't do it without you guys. I'm AJ.
And I'm Keith.
And, well, like I said, extraordinary times. Be aware.
Yay!